Hey, what's going on, everybody? Back out with another video. As you guys can see and imagine, I'm already at home. Today's Wednesday. It's 4 after 8, or yeah, 4 after 8. Just had dinner, just cleaned up the kitchen, washed the dishes, cleaned the stove, and cleaned up the dinner table and everything. My kids already had ate dinner as well. We're all well fed. So as soon as I finish this video, I'm gonna get ready to take my kids a bath, and then I'm gonna take a shower afterwards, and then we're just gonna hit the sack for the night. So yesterday I didn't post anything, and neither today. Just been stuck on the phone with a bunch of coworkers, with the ones that worked and the ones that haven't worked. Work is starting to become real slow right now. But yesterday, the blade hand for that project that we're doing at the oil rig out in Watkins, he actually had a few choice words to tell my coworkers. There's four of us total from my company, and then there's 10 other ones from another company that we're working with on that job. So, within the first couple days that we were working on that job, for like a week and a half, my three coworkers that are on the job with me, they were pushing out 4 loads a day, and I was doing only three. Only reason why is because they were actually leaving the yard and being parked up at the pit at 5 in the morning. The pit doesn't open until 6, so they were actually just sitting up there and parking. I was showing up to the yard at 5:30 and then leaving and being up there at 6 after they already had opened and all the trucks already starting to roll in. So I was already a couple trucks behind them, like quite a few trucks. So yeah, last week they actually started backing down on the loads. I want to say about Wednesday is when they started. All of them started backing down on the loads. Instead of doing 4 loads, they were only doing 3 loads. And man, the operator yesterday just had it, because they've been slacking off too much. So they set the bar high for themselves, and I had told them when we had first started the job, I think 3 loads is perfect. We're gonna get 10 hours, 10 and a half hours. I don't think there's any reason to try to push it and then set the bar real high for us, because then that's what they're gonna be expecting from all of us. Um, they just disregarded it and they went and did their own thing. So I was still staying consistent with my 3 loads. My time really didn't change. Theirs actually fluctuated quite a bit. And yeah, so the blade hand, he just about had it with them, and he's like, "You guys need to step it up. If you guys don't want to work, we'll just have to find another company to replace you guys. I'm pretty sure we'll find somebody else that'll want to work, especially right now that it's already late in the season and no one's hardly even working." As you can imagine, one of my coworkers didn't like that comment that the blade hand said, but I mean, like I said, they set the bar up pretty high for themselves, and they just didn't want to do it anymore. They got tired of it. These guys, they're not really willing to run consistent jobs, long term jobs. They rather just do a job for like 1 or 2, 3 days at the most, and then switch and then have another job that's different. They don't like these repetitive jobs that you're out there for weeks on end. Anyways, so the one of my coworkers had said it was taking them about an hour and a half to an hour and 40 minutes one way, when they were making it from the pit to the dump site in like an hour. But that's because, like I said, they were just hammering down, just left lane completely, and just bobbing and weaving through traffic. I tried it one day with them, and yeah, I immediately said, "I'm not doing that. No way, no way. I'm not gonna be doing that. For what? We're still hourly. If we're able to punch out 4 loads and then load heavy or whatever, it doesn't change my pay. There's no reason to do that." Like one of my coworkers says, "I'm not risking no load, no license, or life over no load." Something like that. Something along those lines. Um, but yeah. So the one of them called my boss, and then he related the message to him that, yeah, the guy's getting pushy. He's expecting 4 loads. He says that if we don't do 4 loads, we're not gonna. They're gonna replace us. Um, I mean, shoot, it is what it is. I mean, that would suck to get pushed off the job, but like I said, I mean, we just get people that just ruin it for the rest of us. They set the bar up really high, and then they get tired of doing it because they're the only ones that are doing it, and they just get bored. They get bored of the job, and then they just want to do something else. Um, but yeah, they were running I-70. If you're from Denver, Colorado, you know how I-70 is coming from the mountains going out east past the airport. Um, so I mean, you're just hitting traffic throughout the whole day. But these guys were able to do it. They were able to do 4 loads and then be done at a decent time. Like they were finishing at a decent time. I think they were dumping their last load. I want to say probably 4:15, then getting back to the yard at 5. So they were putting in just a little over 12 hours, 12 and a half hours a day. Well, I mean, it's good enough for them, I guess. I mean, I was only getting 10 hours, which is fine. But anyways, so our boss told us, you know what, just go ahead and just run the toll. Just run toll. So that was yesterday at the end of the day that he said that, but he didn't tell us that until we got up to the pit. And then these guys ran the toll down to the dump site. They told me I can run it back to the dump site. I was like, well, there's no need because I'm not in a rush to get loaded. I'm in a or there's no rush to go dump the load. I was more in a rush to try to get loaded because when the blade hand told us that, um, it was 1:30, 1:30, 1:25 around there. So, and that was our third load. These guys were trying to get signed out and just head out, just leave the dump site with 3 loads only. Like I said, he did not want that. He's like, no, there's time. You can go back and get another load. There's no reason why you guys should be leaving now so early. He's like, my guys are even coming in late. So, yeah, we all went and did a 4th load. The guy told me, he's like, you know what? I'm not even expecting you to go do 4 loads. You never done 4 loads, so it's all right if you don't want to go. I was like, no, man, I'm actually ahead of schedule. I'm 20, 25 minutes ahead of schedule. I'll make my way up there. I'll go get loaded. I have no problem with getting loaded. The only reason why I haven't been is because I don't show up as early as these guys. And yeah, but yesterday was Veterans Day, so there was not that many people on the highway. So I was just like, you know what, screw it. I'll go get that 4th load. I'll get that extra hours. So that's what I did, and that's what we all did. They ran 470 back to the dump site from the load site up there at 470 and 285 up there, just on the front range of the mountains. And then I just ran I-70. I mean, when I got out there and I dumped that last load, I was probably only, excuse me, I want to say about 25 minutes behind them. They weren't that far ahead of me, and they ran the toll. They ran the toll highway back. So, I mean, it didn't make that much of a difference. Anyways, so our boss authorized us to run the toll lanes all day today. So we busted out 4 loads, and we even started. I started at my normal time, like I always have been. These guys, they started a little bit later, earlier than me still, but they started a little bit later because they were still up at the pit just before it had opened. I got there per the norm after it had already opened, and yeah, we busted out 4 loads. It did make a huge difference. The other company drivers, they were actually, you could see it in their faces as we were passing them up, um, or as we were meeting up to them, like face to face as we were passing each other. They did not like it that we were so far ahead of them, but because they're out of North Greeley and we're local in the Denver metro area, and yeah, yeah. So that's going to put some tension because now they're going to be expected to try to do 4 loads, and not all of them do 4 loads. A lot of them show up really late. I'm talking about 8 o'clock, 8:30, getting their first load. Um, but like I said, it is what it is. It did make a huge difference though because I did get my 3rd load on my truck at like 11 o'clock. That doesn't really happen. Since we've been out there, I've been getting my 3rd load around 12:30, 12:30, 12:45 around there. So I was able to knock off like an hour and a half by taking that toll lane. So I ended up dumping my fourth load out there at what is that? I want to say 3:30. That's when I ended up dumping my last load out there in Byers. Yeah, it was around 3:30 when I ended up dumping my last load out there in Byers, or not Byers, in Watkins. So it ran a lot smoother. So that's what's gonna be expected from us now. Running 470, the toll highway out there to do four loads just to keep them happy and also to keep us running. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Work has slowed down significantly because it's only us four belly dumps from my company that are working, and then today only I want to say five of our side dumps, and then two tandems. So out of what 34 to 35 trucks, only maybe 12 trucks total ran, maybe. Yeah, that's not a lot. More there was yeah, just half the fleet, if that, worked today. So it's not looking good. And Monday, only four of the side dumps worked, and only one tandem worked. So work has been slowing down significantly, and it's not just us; it's everybody in the construction industry. But that's just how it plays. Around this time of the year, everybody starts slowing down due to weather, due to weather, and then also holidays coming up and stuff like that. Everybody's taking vacations and foremans and stuff like that. So that's what's to be expected. But thankfully, we're still going to be able to keep this contract with this company, and they did promise us that there's enough work to get us through the winter months. So that's great, but it's only four of us. Um, I am I would say I'm the second driver that has more experience in the company running a belly dump. There's one driver that's been there probably 17 years, and he's been just strictly belly dump trailer. Everybody else is side dump. So who knows? I mean, I don't get tired of it. I know those other three guys do get tired of it. They don't want to. Well, the one that's a designated belly dump driver, he's already been crying about this job. He doesn't want to do it anymore. And the other two, nah, they're back and forth with it. They're happy that there's work, but they're not happy because it's too consistent. I don't know. It everybody in my company is hard to understand and hard to read. They complain because there's too much work. They complain it's too many hours. They complain that there's not enough work, and they complain that there's too much work. And then they complain when there is no work at all. At all. There's no happy medium with them. There's no happy medium. Their ideal is start at 5 o'clock in the morning and be at the yard by 2 o'clock and leave by 2:30. That's their ideal schedule. But that's not gonna happen. It's never happened as far as I know. As far as anybody else in the company. But like I said, there's no happy medium with anybody. Um, yeah, but everybody is up in their ages. Everybody's close to retirement. There's only maybe I want to say honestly, there's only three of us that are in our 30s. Everybody else is already retirement age, already 60s. The oldest driver is 71, and everybody else is just underneath him. I think probably the closest to our age, he's probably like 46 in age. Everybody else is just higher up. So, um, yeah, that's it. Just want to share that with you guys. Like I said, I will be posting more videos. Keep an eye out for my YouTube lives. I have been going live a little more consistently, but I've been doing it just early in the mornings. Um, I haven't really done anything throughout the midday, unless if something interesting happens on the highways or on the roads or whatever. I'll just jump up on YouTube live. Other than that, I'll just keep producing as much content as I can. I haven't made anything for dinner or lunch to actually make content about, like anything interesting. Everything's been pretty much like pretty bland. Like nothing very interesting for dinner. So I haven't posted any cooking videos or anything like that. But just stay tuned, and like I said, I will be promising better content and everything for you guys. So yeah, appreciate everybody for joining me on the journey once again. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Good night.